Well, I thought we made a strong statement early in the first half. We made some real effort plays on defense, kind of ignited, what we were doing early in the game. Daquan came in off the bench and kind of continued where he left off on Friday, and just with the blocks and the finishes. And unfortunately, he picked up his second and didn't want to go back to him in the first half, but he again came in and did very well. Just the only negative thing I can really say is we just had a little stretch in the first half where we our offense, I think we over dribbled some and stopped defending the way we had to get the lead that we got early in that first half. But it was a great learning experience to come back from that adversity. In the locker room, we challenged the guys to just play better, to make better decisions on offense, to make some threes when you're open and shoot it with confidence, and they did. I thought Shannon and Trey early in that second half really got us going, and Trey had a terrific game, all-around game again, just filling the stat sheet, different areas, and then it was just great to see and watch the second half and watch guys like Romello White, rebound and score inside, and the aggression that he plays with, and then Daquan as well. When they were both together, it didn't seem like there was much hope for anybody to get a rebound other than those two guys for a stretch there in the second half. So overall, very, very excited. San Diego State's, I think, a very good team that will win a lot of games, in their conference, and are well coached, and they really, played us well, defended us well in the first half. So they're going to be fine after this game.
But you're down 9 there early in the second half, and you kind of mentioned that Shannon and Trey really got things going. How good is it to see those two leaders really take over when you're up against the wall like that early on?
Well, I mean, that's why, in the college game in particular, experienced guards that have been in games, like this before, it's great to have them in the roles that they're in. And both of those guys are super determined, to have great season, have us win, have a chance for us to do something special this year as a team. And then, individually, they're just very gifted players, and they can make plays off the dribble and with the deep shot, and just really, I mean, that's, I think, a part of why we're different, and I think have a chance to be better is the balance that we have, and with the guards and what they could do away from the basket and getting to the rim, and then the presence of Romello and Daquan around the basket now. So it's just, it's going to make us harder to defend.
And those two guys kind of got, as you mentioned, a lot of the other pieces going. How good is it to see kind of everything start clicking like that, all coming from their two, getting heated up?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, we struggled late in the half, and it wasn't a ton of life at the end of the first half, and even in the locker room, and you don't know how a bunch of guys will respond, but they responded as well as you could expect. Just continuing to get stops and show energy on defense. I thought our defense was excellent, and forced them to miss. And we got to Montana early. I think he was a part of the problem in the first half. We lost him a few times for threes, and we were closer to him in the second half. And then the first half, just when we didn't do something well on offense, we didn't get back on defense as well. They had too many layups, so we eliminated easy points for them in the second half.
Can you talk about the job that Remy did on Watson? I mean, he averaged 20 points per game last season. Was that something you challenged him to do?
Yeah, I mean, we were switching a lot of their action guard to guard, and Remy was on him, but he, I think everyone kind of had a turn or a chance. But I've talked about how much of an impact he has guarding the ball and pressuring and creating plays out there. So he, even though he didn't shoot well and he shot better, he still was a real positive in a lot of other areas.
What did you make of Romello's first game?
I thought that I was glad to see him start well. He scored and he was rebounding early in the game, which is great. But I just know, even though he had the whole year of practice, that the first real game against a legit opponent, I thought he was a little bit nervous, fumbled the ball. He's got great hands, and then he dropped the ball a couple times and didn't secure rebounds he normally would. But as the game wore on, he his motor doesn't stop. He's got a great motor, so he he kept playing as hard as he played, throughout the whole game, and I thought his second half was outstanding.
You said that this is a team that can wear teams out down the stretch, and it certainly seemed like that happened tonight with San Diego State looking really tired. How did you guys do that kind of in the second half there?
Well, I just think that we attack quickly, and the guards are working hard on the ball and giving great effort on defense, and now we have some guys that could get off their feet and get after the ball on the rebounds with Romello and Daquan in particular, and that helps free those guys up to scramble more on defense because they don't have to focus on rebounding as much. I mean, they still have to chip in on that area, but then also when we secure the ball, I mean, we're pushing it and we're coming right at you, and if we can score early, we have the guys that are capable of doing that, and if we need to run our half-court offense, we can now throw it inside some. So it's a good mix of both.
How difficult was last year for Romello?
Yeah, I mean he took it well. I think he it's not easy when you're in practice and then you don't get the chance to play with the lights on, and that's I've had a number of guys that have had to sit out and go through that process, and it's not easy for anybody.
With the injury to Kamani, do you feel like it's kind of us against the world, just with 7 scholarship players going to war every night?
I don't look at it that way. I just think that every guy put on the court, I like trust, and I know that they bring something different, and when we get Kamani and Mickey back, it's going to add another layer to what we're doing. So it's right now it's fine. Our guys are in great shape. They're way capable of playing big minutes, and as long as we avoid foul trouble and other things. So I like what we have right now, but hopeful to get those Kamani and Mickey back soon.
You've challenged your guards to be better and dedicate more energy on the defensive end, and it seems like that's really coming through. How long of a process was that whole thing?
Well, I mean, it's I think Remy naturally is he wants that confrontation, and he likes to challenge, and it's just something that's in his makeup that he does, and so you don't have to really convince him to do it. I think Trey has done it way better, and he's getting more involved in making plays and guarding the ball better, and so yeah, I mean, when they have the physical talent to do it, so they have the foot quickness, and they realize how important defense is to us improving as a team. It was our how we defended last year put us in position to not have the season we wanted, and we got to do a better job now.
Quan Lake was very efficient tonight. I mean, 7 of 7, 15 points, 15 minutes. How'd you feel about his contribution?
Yeah, I mean, he, like I said earlier in my statement, he just came right in and right where he left off, and against better competition, and showed against really good big athletes that what he was doing the other night can carry over, and just I think he's in a great frame of mind. It hasn't been always easy for Daquan as he learned what it takes to be a Division I player, and the transition from being a junior college guy and learning a whole new system, but he's pushed through it, and he's finding the recipe of success, and he's just really a presence down there. So I can't I'm not overly surprised, but to a degree how well he's playing has been a little bit of a surprise, but he's doing great right now.
Do you see starting him and Romello together, or does that even matter?
See, they've been playing against each other and in practice so much, and just after Kamani got hurt, we started experimenting with those two together. So as far as our offense function and the way we want, there's still more things that we have to do on the practice floor to make that happen. But even tonight, when they were out there, we just kind of condensed the playbook of what we'll run with the two of them out there together, and then they rebounded and finished and protected the paint. So it was great to see them both out there.
Coach, we got a sense of what Romello White and Daquan Lake can do together as a 1-2 punch. How important was that for this team to kind of see them contribute like they did today?
Well, I think they're excited for those guys, and again, Romello's been really outstanding consistently over the summer, and he's had a great preseason, and the guys were really excited to get him on the floor, and I think the guards are really good, but they understand that if we get Romello and Daquan playing that way, that we're really difficult to defend and play against. And, you know, so I know that they're really excited about those guys.
Got the guys coming in, so